right, folks, I just got 3 things to say. God bless Connor McDavid. God bless Canada. And gentlemen, start your engines! Because Edmonton Oilers hockey is back. It's been exactly 21 days since we last sat in these chairs and had the honor, the privilege to pregame with you, the people. But we are back. I'm going to say that 18 times during this pregame show. Partner. People, I am ready to rock. I'm ready to roll, and we're excited to get going. 24 games remaining on the NHL schedule.
I thought you were going to say 24 hours a day. So you were revealing. Yeah.
24 games remain. We're going to be here for every single one of them. Pre-gaming, post-gaming, getting ready as we roll down the stretch run of the NHL season. But tonight, Act 2 of the NHL season begins. The Oilers down in Orange County, as Brett pointed out to me earlier. I said Anaheim. He wanted to correct me in that sense. Oilers Ducks should be a good one, and it feels good to once again say hello and welcome to Pregaming with Bordzy, brought to you by Bet365 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Say it with me.
Whatever the moment,
it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, use a promo code NATION, and you, too, can join our cult that we are building with things
it's like we're finishing each other's sentences.
That's right, folks. Joined by, once again, the one, the only, great contributor here. That is your title, right? Contributor at Oilersnation?
I guess so. I think we're building toward a different title.
I'm going to say basically my co-host for the remaining 24 games of the NHL schedule and hopefully the NHL playoffs, but we got to make it there first. Micheal Menzies, how we doing, my brother? Give me a vibe check.
We're doing good. It's don't you love hockey games that either take place first thing in the fucking morning or as late at night as possible? Like, what a wild swing on the circadian rhythms in terms of hockey, where you have Sunday, where I stayed up all night.
That's my guy right there. That's why he's my co-host.
All night, and then ruined my next 2 days by doing so. And now we're going to stay up all night just to watch these games.
That's patriotism. What you did is patriotism.
Hey, you know what? There's been a lot said about patriotism.
I shouldn't have done that.
There's been a lot said about patriotism.
Here's the line. Here's me walking it right now.
Wouldn't it have been nice if they just won?
You know, that's a take I haven't totally heard yet. I've heard everything else.
You know, wouldn't that have just solved a lot of people's
Nate, you want to just bury
problems?
That one? It would have been nice.
Oh, what do you do?
Hey, it's tough. That was then. This is now.
Connor Hellebuck is going to be awful for the next month.
He used all of his goodwill. He used all of his clutch gene that he had in his entire body. I digress. We haven't even got to the opening yet. We're already unpacking some open wounds. But folks, happy to be back with you with new streaming software we've got with us. You can probably tell by the bottom of your screen. We've got a new topic bar. Let's give him a round of applause. Producer Brett Holden.
Oh, wonderful job.
Did a fantastic job over the 21-day break. He's got us rolling. We can do all kinds of new, cool things, including throwing stuff up on this television behind us.
Yeah.
And Brett decided to earlier, when we've discovered what we can do and throw on this TV, he went Facebook digging online. And I'd like to point out, he picked a photo of me, young and handsome. I've gained a little weight. Picking my nose. I think that's actually somebody else's hand. Micheal Menzies, we'll unpack your teeth in just a second. And Brett grabbed the sexiest, hottest photo I've ever seen of Brett Holden. No. He looks hot right there.
That wasn't intentional.
But it's nice. We can't control the TV. Brett, how do you feel over there?
Great. I feel great. I wish... and by the way, I can throw anything.
Be careful. That sounds like a threat.
On that TV. No, I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be back. We sat there just before we started and went, we have to get doing these again, don't we? So, yeah, no, we're all talking about all the way back. I think that's been said about 57 times.
How about one more? Micheal Menzies, the teeth. Please explain.
So,
what happened, brother?
This was at volleyball provincials. I think I was in grade 10. And the night before, we were we were in the pool, the hotel pool, and we were playing an aggressive form of tag, which I decided to, in order to evade the tagger, easy. I went up the water slide, which is water slides are usually a one-way mechanism. They only are people going down.
There's a flow as well.
Yeah. And I had thought I'd check to see if anyone was at the top, and someone was. So they clipped me. I banged my head against the slide and chipped my teeth about as symmetrically as you can here. Perfectly. It hurt a lot every time I took a breath.
Nerve endings?
In there, yeah. Nerve endings exposed.
My front tooth is fake.
And,
my front right tooth is fake. Same thing.
Yeah, so anyways, it created a little bit of weirdness on the court for those that looked over, and I opened my...
I'll block anything. I'll block anything up there.
Yeah. And my tooth, I have my left, front tooth is chipped from a beer bottle. My buddy stood up as I was taking a sip, and next morning
I was like, were you trying to open it?
Yeah, I wish.
That's a worst nightmare type situation. Funny, you point out the symmetry right there. Totally off topic. This is a hilarious, dumb story of my buddies. A buddy of mine has the exact same thing. His teeth are broken like that because there are two guys. One gets put in a headlock in the kitchen, and it's kind of like just horseplay and joking around, whatever. And the sink is right behind him. So he put his hand in, grabbed a literal frying pan, boom, knocked out his two front teeth. I didn't even knock him out, snapped them perfectly like that as well. They look good now, as do yours, Micheal Menzies.
Yeah, a little bit. Or a little yellowed, but,
It's still good. Still hot. I appreciate beauty. Chat, we're happy to see you back. I see Austin's in. Bordzy, fire up this fucking band, baby. Feels good to say that again.
Yeah.
He also said, God, that feels good. Hope will never die. Connor Brown said, it wasn't a gold medal year, but it's still a cup year.
Cup year.
That feels good to say again. There's been a lot of negativity surrounding Team Canada. Obviously, the Oilers took a shit in their pants in the final 3 games before the break. Bordzy is back to bring the positive energy and the optimism that I feel like we so desperately need right now. Mark Spector, you could use some of that optimism as well. We don't need to get into that one, but Pinoy of Oil Country, he's our resident Raptors fan in here, and I don't know if I've ever seen him in pregaming before. Happy to have you. Lisa also says, Brad, check your email. So
Checking
I don't know what
right
that's
now.
about, but I bet you could throw it on the screen, whatever she said.
Lisa was chirping me because, yes, I did send a very needless email, but I just relayed via email that I
have an email.
That I had a work email. So please forward all incoming. Oh, I don't know, just sending unnecessary email.
I like it. That's what you actually
Lisa.
tell you
Lisa's great.
You're more than a contributor now. You literally have an email.
I have a staff
at
email,
Oilersnation.
so I
Clap
have
it up for Menzies.
I have a
Brad.
fob.
Let's go.
I have a fob.
They can cancel that real fast. But I just want to say, we need a lot of positivity. Stretch run, 24 games. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking ready to win the Stanley Cup right now, okay?
Yeah?
I am tired of losing.
Is it in the building tonight? Is it there?
There's some silver in the building.
Yeah.
Why am I even doing that? Why am I even saying that? But I don't know. It was something about watching best on best hockey. Maybe there's a level of do or die to it that it's game 7 in every game for those playoff rounds of the winter games. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to ratchet up the intensity. We only have, 4 games until the NHL trade deadline? And me and Brett were just talking about it. I feel like I've blinked, and we're 58 games into the season. It's now go time, and we did talk about, if you look at past history of the Edmonton Oilers coming out of long extended breaks.
Tell us.
Don't look at it, because it goes bad for the Oilers. Last year, they lost 4 straight games coming out of the break. 21-10, they were outscored. They got beat up by the Flyers, beat up by Washington, beat up by Tampa, lost to Florida. And if history is anything, it is doomed to repeat itself. But I do feel there's a different energy right now about the Oilers. It was Leon's comments. It was Nobby's comments. It's Paul Coffey joining the bench now. You get some back from Paul Coffey. I'm feeling a different energy, or is that just wishful, hopeful thinking?
Well, no, what's the expression that distance makes the heart grow fonder? And we've had a bit of time here to get away. It's like you're with your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Things aren't going well. You're like, we need to We need to break up for just a little bit. We need to, and then you come back and you're like, wow, this is much better. I've forgotten all the bad shit that you used to do to me, and everything's great again. So optimism reigns
took a break.
supreme.
Me and the Oilers took a break.
We
for
took a
3
break.
weeks.
We took
We're
a
back.
break, and we're going to get reacquainted very quickly here with 3 games in 4 days and very consequential points on the line here. The next 3.
Big 3, all Pacific Division rivals, all of them on the road, I do believe, as well. So 2 late ones. We do get blessed with an early afternoon matinee start on Saturday afternoon, in which you should come to Brunch for Ben. It's going to be an awesome event going down this Saturday, 2 p.m. puck drop, 1 p.m. pregame, and it's going to be a good time down there. Now, we could unpack things about Team Canada, the Winter Games, Team USA, all the politics that come after it. I don't want to do that whatsoever. This is an Oilers pregame show. I will just say, keep politics out of sports. I don't want any of this. This is all too stupid. I was so negative after Canada lost and being like, I'm such a barstool guy, like mainstream media thing, and like, man, I'm just going to have to listen to them talk shit about Canada for the next 72 hours. Talk about 12 to 24 before they started tearing themselves apart. So that was refreshing.
Yeah,
refreshing
it
thing
was
to
a
have.
self-implosion.
I don't got many comments on it. When a dumb guy, as in one, you might imagine who I'm talking about, says dumb things, I'm not that surprised. I'll leave it at that. You got
We
anything?
may not do invite the...
Put on your Alberta hat. Let's go.
Yeah. We got lots of angles for tonight's game.
I just took a look at. Sorry, this is a little off here, but I feel like this is important. Lisa did send an image to us of tonight. Everyone's getting cozy. I imagine pre-gaming with Bordzy is on. Everyone's getting ready for the first game back of the NHL, and here's Ryder getting ready for tonight.
He's fixing some plumbing down there. I can tell as well.
Seems pretty comfortable. But hey, really quick, don't do crack, kids.
That's an ass.
Wow.
That's rate that out of 10. What do you think? That's a 9.
That's pretty good.
That's a 9.
I
That's
got
pretty
to
good.
take off the Bet365 logo for nudity on
Ryder,
this.
I wasn't familiar with your game, but
This is like when the cat in the hat is like fixing the couch. He's like, so let's see what seems to be the problem.
No, I would like to point out real fireplace. That's fancy.
Oh, yeah.
He's stoking the fire. We appreciate that.
The last of the radio money right there.
Get that off the screen. I
Yeah,
keep peeking
this
over
is-
my shoulder at it.
Yeah.
Is it calling my name? Is it calling my name? Let me get you there.
It's off,
for a
it's
little
off.
bit. Oh my. All right, we've already wasted 13 minutes
Yeah.
as we expected.
And
we
we're
would.
back.
That's right. Back. As for the Edmonton Oilers, we all remember it. Boy, did that Olympic break, the Winter Games break, come at really the perfect time. It's funny how life comes at you fast. The Edmonton Oilers finally win 3 games in a row, and they follow it up with three, I will say, less than stellar performances to close out the end of the Olympic break. Now, things are still positive. We had Dave Pagnotta on ONE yesterday, and I think he gave a pep talk that all Oilers fans needed in the fact that you are still second in the division. You still have 97. You have 29. You've got plenty of time to figure this out. I would like to stress, you look at those NHL standings, we'll do it in the need to know. You got some Pacific Division teams that are hot on the Edmonton Oilers' ass right now and have some games in hand. So these 3 to start coming out of the Winter Games is going to be
feel like
very, very
the
important.
Ducks, the Kings, and the Sharks logo should all be put right beside Ryder's ass. Then they're hot. They're hot on our ass right now. Yes.
That's a good word picture you just drew there for me. I appreciate that.
Theater of the mind.
But overall, right, this year for the Oilers, there's been struggles to it, and I'd say different struggles maybe than years past. Tyler says it all the time. They are 28, 22, and 8. Straight up win-loss. They have lost more games this season than they have won. And right before the break, sky was falling, right? PK was dreadful. Goaltending was bad, I'll say, from both guys as well. We heard the comments from Leon Draisaitl. Chris Knobloch's seat felt like it was getting warm. Mark Stewart, maybe his seat was getting warm as well. He's still with the Edmonton Oilers, obviously. They add Paul Coffey over the break. We can unpack that as we go. I mean, everybody gives the same answer. What do you expect Coffey to bring? We don't entirely know, but he's a Hall of Fame defenseman. He'll bring aura, as one Jake Wallman said in his interview. But I did prepare maybe a little refresher course for anybody. It has been 21 days since we last watched Oilers hockey. So I went back to the Oilers' last 10 games before the break, and I made a mood graph personally for myself. And we always talk about the roller coaster of the NHL season. Maybe people block these memories. I'm sorry to open up old wounds, but Brett, if you could, please pull it up for me here. If you could believe it, 10 games ago was the back-to-back shutouts against the Vancouver Canucks and St. Louis Blues. So as you tell on the screen, my mood peaked 100 and 100. They then followed it up. A 2-1 loss to the New Jersey Devils. My mood's still at 75. I still felt confident. They had outshot the Devils in that game. I was fine. You lost by 1 goal. It is what it is. Then they got beat up 6-2 by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Obviously, there was a little bit more on the line in that one after the trade. And then, bang, we head to Jasper, and we finally got the 3-game win streak that we have begged for all season long. That Washington game might as well be the Bouchard game. 6 points a Hattie. They then beat Anaheim handedly 7-4. They beat the Sharks 4-3 in overtime, and we sit there and went, oh my God, have the Oilers turned the corner? Is this finally the team getting it at the end of January? And then they lose. They get their shit kicked 7-3 by the Minnesota Wild, 5-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs, and an embarrassing 4-3 loss to the Calgary Flames. I can't believe the St. Louis Van game was only 10 games ago. It was well over a month ago as well, but Menzies, that's just a good line graph for the Oilers. You could probably, every 10-game sample size has probably been like this. I hope that goes straight back up tonight.
Well, you got into the lab, you took out your beakers, your lab coat, and you wanted to put some data, present us some data
Bordzy
here, and show us some graphs. And I'm always happy to look at a graph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. So, yeah, we left on a low. There were highs, there were lows. We know that the situation here upcoming, everyone said how important this is. Draisaitl came back to practice yesterday, doubled down on the comments, says, look, we have to be better. Everyone's got to be better. McDavid today, emphasized the point about, we have to be ready to go, dialed in.
So Gretzky won, and all these other guys won. What's that like? Is it hard?
It's a nice question. Thank you. Yeah. So look, everybody knows. They know. They know what they need to do. But is there going to be some delay? Is it going to be the type of Oilers where out of the gates they are flying? Connor looks like, he's playing the French out there, buzzing around, and the Ducks D is swimming, or what's going to happen? We're all curious, but I think they know. Look, they gotta get a little serious here. They got to tighten the belt.
The urgency has definitely picked up for the Oilers. They've been very vocal about that in all their interviews, right? Nobby must have said mini training camp, 50 times throughout over this break, because they know they got to adjust on the fly. I call Chris Knobloch the king of adjustments for a reason, so I'd still like to see what they can do here for the back quarter, back 1/3, whatever it is. Whatever it is, I can't really do math that well.
It'll be a back quarter.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think there will be? Let me ask you this question. We kind of posed this one earlier to Devin Dubnyk and on ONE, the rest of us. Who's one player, Brett, I'm curious you as well, who's one player for the Edmonton Oilers that you would like to see? I believe the way it was posed was Magic Genie comes out and you can have them snap your fingers, get back to their maybe proper style of play that should be at, because there's definitely a couple of players for the Edmonton Oilers that could be in contention in there. Leave out goaltenders.
Oh, to me, it has to be Trent Frederick. Yeah. It has to be. I mean, the organization put such a massive commitment toward him, and he's been awful.
Invisible.
Like compared to his standard that he's had in previous seasons. I mean, he's got 2 goals. He's gone 32 games without a goal. He needed a hard reset. Come away, forget about everything. The past can't be changed. He needs to come in and be a productive player, because they really haven't had that all season. And I hate the term of like, a deadline deal you didn't need to make. Oh, Connor Brown's scoring now, so it's like a deadline deal. But they are getting very below average play, and to get something, they're going to play him on the third line tonight. If he becomes a proper checking line forward, that's a useful piece. That's something that when we started the season that we were hoping to expect. I think it's got to be Frederick.
For me, I think that's a lead answer for me. I'm going a guy similar. Third line, the centerman, Adam Henrique, a guy who has just missed the last 15 games. He will be back in the lineup this evening, ready to go. But, I mean, it's no secret. Rico has not had a good offensive production season. He's got 2 goals, 8 apples, 10 points in 43 games on the year. He's on pace for 4 goals, not 44 goals over an 82-game season. And while Rico is not defined by the points and the offensive production that he puts up, he's a guy that, I mean, it was no secret. He gets injured, leaves the Oilers. They tread water for a little bit, but that penalty kill completely imploded. And we talk about the Oilers' deadline needs. Is it top 4 right defenseman, third line centerman that can, bring some offense, play some responsible defense? And I keep arguing, I hope that we have that guy at home in one Adam Henrique, because we know what he's capable of. Jason Greger on Oilersnation.com had an awesome article, a one-on-one with Rico, talking about, hey, man, you have been a little bit disappointing, and what are you going to do here on the back half? And I liked every one of those answers from one Adam Henrique. So, once again, a lot of optimism and wishful thinking. Brett, if you had to give one, who are you going with?
I'm going with Jake Wallman. I think there's been a lot of conversation recently around what the Edmonton Oilers might do here leading into the deadline. And I think a lot of it has to do with what one Jake Wallman might be able to do. I thought heading into the break, he was not great. I said that a lot. In fact, he was my jeans performer quite often, which for a guy who has his number in ink on his leg, that kind of sucks. So I hope he kind of took this break as a reset, get his head back into the game, get his feet back underneath him. It just looked like he was kind of in quicksand and wasn't thinking too much on the ice.
Forgot how to make a line change.
Well, the Exhibit A. Like, that's what I'm talking about. So, I think for me, it's Jake Wallman, and like Freddie's up there. I almost said Andrew Mangiapane because of what we saw of him against Toronto, because if we could get 82 games of that, hey, not too bad. I kind of like that. But we're not, because he's gone in a week, so that sucks. But, yeah, I guess my true answer would be Jake Wallman.
I go with those 3 as well. I think those are my top 3 answers. And I guess on the Jake Wallman part, so Paul Coffey, he's back with the Edmonton Oilers, rejoining the coaching staff after just taking a 58-game hiatus.
Yeah.
I don't want to work all year either. I completely understand it.
Moved to Toronto.
Hey, it is what it is. He's back. Now, it's a little bit eyebrow-raising. There's obviously been some rumors about, did the Oilers players and coaching staff, were they stoked to hear that he's going to be back in the room? I don't know. It's a little bit hearsay. I'm not in the room. I don't know. But here we are. And Jake Wallman mentioned it. You're bringing in a former Hall of Fame defenseman into the back end. That, regardless of the way you think, and maybe there's some tough love in there, there is lots of good that can come out of that. And Chris Knobloch, whether I believe him or not, was very adamant that he has kept in touch with Paul Coffey throughout the entire season and summer. Don't know if I totally believe that one, but there was also the rumor it's a Kate's decision. Nobby might have had some veto power in this as well.
Shit.
So I also don't know how much I believe that as well. Got to keep it all out there. Either way, Paul Coffey is going to be back on the bench here for the rest of the season. And you talk about Mark Stewart, maybe some of his shortcomings so far this season. Maybe he can lock in on trying to fix that penalty kill. I think for a guy like Jake Wallman, seeing Paul Coffey come back might be exactly what the doctor ordered, as in the simple, yes, Coffey sees the game differently, and I'm sure can point some things out. I also think that might be a tough love type guy, and he says, what kind of a bullshit line change was that? What do you think, if any, are we going to see not instant impact from Paul Coffey, but we know what he is. We know what he's done for this back end. I still say he's responsible for John Klingberg, but your thoughts?
Well, there's that element to it, but there is also what Knobloch said in the first press conference after, which was saying that they were going to make some tweaks to their game. So what those tweaks are, if we can see them implemented right away, I think that is going to be more noticeable than say, hey, if there's going to be a camera shot tonight of Coffee sitting beside, tapping Woolman or Emberson on the shoulder and saying, look, here's what I saw here, whatever. I mean, if anything, it narrows the list of responsibilities for Stewart to focus on a penalty kill that had only killed 5 of their last 13 penalties against. It may have even been 4. I can't remember.
It's
it was
bad.
It's like a power
13
play.
or 9
that's
for 13
horrendous.
were
I think
opposition.
they killed 5 off.
Yeah, something like that. 9 for 14, I think. So it narrows it. Stewart can focus on that. Coffee can try to feel it. How quickly he will feel it in terms of how he wants to use them in certain situations. Yes, a lot of the players are the same, but again, getting back into that rhythm, he's plopped in. But if you're going to tell me that let's say the Oilers Nation owner comes in and says, Bordzy, we got this
Micheal Menzies
this
guy.
Menzies guy. He will be your co-host. Now, if you don't want him, you can veto it, but I want him as the co-host.
Oh, he's also one of the greatest to ever do it, and he's going to sit next to you, behind you, and
yeah,
everybody loves
it's
him.
your call.
Yeah,
You
but
get
it's
the
up to
veto.
So you want to do that?
Yeah,
You wanna do that?
yeah, it's a good idea, right? Yeah.
And
I mean,
we've heard
come on.
Tom Gazzola, I think, and once again, I love Tommy G. He's our competitor
Yeah.
right now, but he's a guy that if he says something, it's usually based in sources. And he had talked about it, that there was not some people in the Oilers coaching staff or locker room, players included, that were not happy with the addition of
It's
Paul
an
Coffey.
odd scenario. It's an odd scenario. I mean, now, okay, they've parachuted in from up top, Coffee back on the bench, and how is that all going to jive together? And that's a good census, looking and seeing, hey, which way the wind's blowing with this team and where Knobloch sits right now.
Was it going east-west?
Yeah.
South? What'd you get right
It's
there?
going southwest
Throw
right
some
now.
grass, throw some grass up in the air.
It's going southwest Orange County, as Brett informed
Hey.
us. So it's gonna be something to pay attention to, not only tonight, but here for the last 24 games. Are there changes? Are they able to move pucks better out of their own zone, or is it gonna be similar type of struggles?
And with the whole Coffee edition thing, it does feel like a little bit, okay, we gave you 58 games to see if you could figure it on your own without Daddy Paul Coffey there as well. And the Oilers, once again, they have lost more games than they have won so far this NHL season. Let's go now to Need to Know information. Brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, because only the finest tasting meat products earn that Wilhauk name, made from 100% Alberta beef. Their jerky is aged, seasoned, smoked, and marinated to savory perfection. They gladly fill orders of any size, and you can find their jerky, sausage, and other products out of their Leduc location. For more info and to get yo jerky on, head on over to WilhaukBeefJerky.com. No. Also, freeballed that one entirely. I hadn't said that in over 3 weeks.
You were
Didn't look at
eye-fucking me
nothing.
that whole
I was
time.
trying to prove my point that I was doing it.
and you made me
without it.
feel over here. I'm like touching stuff
Staring
and
into your
VMix. I know.
soul, brother.
Are you waiting for something?
Industry professional right there. That's,
What kind of
That's why we've
industry?
got Hall of Fame co-host Micheal Menzies in
Yeah.
here. So as for lineup notes for the Edmonton Oilers, the most noteworthy, Connor McDavid in the lineup tonight, confirmed earlier today. He's going to roll once again. At no point did I ever think Connor McDavid would not play in this hockey game. I thought from day one, this is a guy, you can't keep him off the ice if he's healthy, if he's got 206, 216 bones in your body. How many do you have? 206,
I won't
I
say
wanna
what I was
say?
originally going to say. It's in the 200s.
I think it's 208.
Let's say if he's got 200
Yeah.
plus, he's going to play in the hockey game.
Yeah.
So there you see it, the lineup this evening. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. The second line is where we see some changes here, Menzies. Matt Savoie, fresh from his call-up from Bakersfield, playing with Leon Draisaitl and Jack Roslovic. Your third line, a third line that excites me on paper. In theory, this works. So does communism. Podkolzin with Adam Henrique and Trent Frederick.
Let's keep politics out of hockey, he says.
Fourth line, Andrew
Stop.
Mangiapane with Curtis, frickin' laser beams, Lazar, and one Matthias Janmark. Your D pairings staying the same. Ekholm with Bush, Nurse with Wallman, Spencer Stastny with one Ty Emberson. Let me ask you, maybe we can unpack it a little bit later on in the show, but your initial reaction when you saw the new look second line of Matt Savoie, Leon Draisaitl, and Jack Roslovic.
Well, we saw Savoie play one game down in the American League, and he was able to pick up a point, get the wheels turning.
You know who scored the goal?
I sure do. Alec Regula.
Yeah.
Scored his first of the season. Regula's first of the year.
In either league.
Yes, either league. His first one of this season.
The first in the Oilers organization?
Yes.
Where were you when?
Yeah.
God, I'm happy
Did he
I don't
score
know.
in preseason?
No, I don't think
so.
so.
I can't remember.
Who cares?
Anywho, Savoie's back. Savoie's played every game this year. He's played all 58. He's been a big contributor. I'm curious about the third line, which I'd like to see these lines work. I really would. It would be nice. That third line, will their feet,
Well, technically,
their boots, will their feet be moving tonight? And can they play with the Ducks? Can they keep up with a pretty young, fast team? And how does Henrique look first game back? Does he get put right back in the penalty kill? Presumably. He was the most PK time for any forward, now been surpassed by Savoie. They're still 1-2. So I want these lines to work. It would be interesting if they could get a little chem going here.
Yes, Brett?
Bob Stauffer, first one to report Savoie's back, by the way.
Thank you, Brett.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brett.
He was on that. Yeah, he was on that.
He was on that. He's always on it. He's the boy. He's the Bob father. He's the Bob father. But once again, that third line, you got banging crash pod Colson. You have what should be a banging crash player in one Trent Frederick, and we know Rico can play a good cycle game, can keep things down low, but the one fear I have is maybe some foot speed going back the other way, trying to defend some quick strike offense. Continuing need to know, the Oilers, they've won 12 of their last 16 against the Anaheim Ducks. Their last 10, they're 7-3-0 and have a positive goal differential of plus 17. They're also 1-0 this season against the Ducks. They beat them 7-4. Game 2 of that 3-game winning streak that we had in January. Oh boy, were things so good. Now, a look into the NHL standings. So the Oilers sit second place in the Pacific Division. They've got 64 points in 58 games. Vegas sits above them with 4 points. Brett, do we have those stand? Oh, we might not actually have them right in there.
No.
So Vegas 4 points ahead with 1 game in hand. Seattle and Anaheim both sit 1 point back of the Oilers, and they each have 2 games in hand right now.
Yeah.
And there is a little bit of a log jam. We've felt comfortable because we've been in that second seed for this whole 21-day break, but they are holding on by the skin of their teeth. And obviously, if tonight doesn't go the way you want it to, and if this 3-game stretch doesn't go the way you want it to, the Oilers, they got no time to mess around right now. Let me ask you this one. Anaheim, LA, Seattle, San Jose, rank them in hierarchy of your fear. Fear hierarchy.
Anaheim. Gap. LA. San Jose. Seattle.
I might even gap and then Seattle. But that
you could probably gap up even more there and just gap it. But I think it's head and shoulders.
The Anaheim Ducks.
Are we supposed to? We're supposed to fear the Los Angeles Kings?
Careful.
Like it could happen. Like anything can happen any given Sunday, anything like that. But in terms of the fear,
My fear rankings. Oh, nice, Brett. Shout out. There you go. So you got a good visual representation right there. The Golden Knights, 1 game in hand, 4 points above. Cracking out on the heels. 2 games in hand. Same situation for the Anaheim Ducks. So we're going to have to get back to Brett doing our standings update. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Yeah.
I used to just yell that last year. We actually, in our new software, can get a slightly different version of what they do. Continuing need to know, Rico, he's back in the lineup. Kasperi Cheeks Klappinen will not be in the lineup as he is dealing with, quote, a little ailment, I believe, that Chris Knobloch said. Man, Kapanen's had some bad luck this season. Now, Nobby was quick to mention it's not the same injury, lower body, that kept him out earlier in the season, but our boy Cheeks has had some bad luck this year, and we'd like to see him get healthy. Evan Bouchard, You may remember, I think he's a guy who's picked up some clout since the 21-day break, because even the rest of Canada has mentioned maybe number 2 might have looked good on Team Canada's back end before the break. So he leads all NHL defensemen in points with 63 of them, and he had 17 points in his last 10 games before the break. He's also a point-per-game player against the Anaheim Ducks in his career. Tristan Jarry will get the start for the Edmonton Oilers, 6-4 in record with Edmonton. I felt like you talk about as taking a break was good, like for all of us to try and separation makes the heart grow fonder. I needed that.
Sign the petition. Sorry.
That was good. That was good.
I'm not a separatist.
I feel like there was so much frustration with the entire Oilers situation. Tristan Jarry was definitely taking a brunt of that. We heard comments made, he came up and faced the music in his postgame talking about how he needed to be better. I can admit it myself. I was a little bit sour grapes, haven't been thrilled with the trade. You can't go back into it. 21 days away. I am ready to ride for my guy Tristan Jarry, Micheal Menzies.
You're all in.
I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
You're back. Well, that's good. That's good.
I'm not doing the same thing we did to Stu. We're not going to do this already with Tristan Jarry. We need to believe.
Yeah, and the whole team's going to play better, And
what's
the same?
It was both, and just for a refresher, I don't need to bring the graph up again. Both Connor Ingram and Tristan Jarry did see a downturn in their stats, in their performance for the last little stretch here before they went on the break.
Can I just say about Kapanen? This whole not block thing. He just can't help himself not block. He's like, this was 2 days ago, and they're confirming. And he's like, yeah, he's going to be out. He's going to be out the next 2 games with a little ailment. But then yesterday, he was like, his captain was a full participant in practice. He's like, maybe he's going to miss the next 2. The timeline is probably Saturday.
Never let him know your next move, man.
Oh,
never let him
he's
know.
only just pissing us off. Joel Quenneville on looming for win 1,000. Is Kapanen in? Is he out? Oh,
we wish Kapanen a speedy recovery as well. He's had quite the year this year for him. For the Ducks, they got a 30-23-3 record, so they have more wins than they have losses. And before the break, they were red hot, 8-2-0 in their last 10 games. They beat teams like the Stars, the Golden Knights, the Kings, the Avalanche, the playoff Kraken, I will say, in there as well. So they were also on a 2-game win streak right before the break hand ended. Then you got to look at their stats this season overall. 15th in goals, 29th in goals against, 24th on the power play, 22nd on the PK. They are 3rd in the NHL shots on goal, which is a part of Bordzy's bankroll a little bit later on in the show. As for injury news and updates for the Ducks, Leo Carlsson, he was obviously a big loss for Sweden at the Winter Games. Almost said the big O word there. He underwent a thigh procedure January 16th, but he was on the ice this morning at morning skate. He's expected to be back. Troy Terry was also in the lineup. While one Mikael Granlund didn't make it back for morning skate, Jackson Lacombe did. Gold medalist. I completely forgot that he was on the squad for Team USA.
Didn't play.
I was looking at videos from 11, and I was staring at one guy going, who is that on Team USA? Brett had to point it out to me today that was, in fact, Jackson Lacombe. Oh, the light bulb went off in my head. So he's going to be back. But Mikael Granlund, I would like to check right now and see if the Ducks beat reporter I followed earlier today has an update on it, but he was not at morning skates.
Patrick present?
Yep, yeah. That was absolutely it. Yeah. Trying to pull it up here.
Because if Granlund plays, there'll be 4 Winter Games captains in this game tonight.
Whoa.
McDavid and Draisaitl. We're including McDavid wearing the C. Obviously, Crosby was the legitimate captain. Then Gudas. And then Granlund.
Yeah, shout out that. A lot of leadership out there on the ice. Good pull.
Fact.
Good pull, Menzies. I like that one. I appreciate that.
And I'll keep my petition comments because they are not going well for the new viewers.
Cutter Gauthier leads the Ducks in goals and points. 25 goals, 24 apples, 49 points in 55 games. However, before injury, Leo Carlsson is a point-per-game player. Look out for him. And Lukas Dostal is expected to get the start. However, his last start in the Winter Games was ended by one Mitch Marner.
We didn't mention the greatest hockey player on earth, Beckett Seneca.
Oh, yes, the return.
That was prime, right? That was prime.
Yeah,
that was a prime
thank
game.
God,
Back
Jesus
it-
Christ
oh.
himself. We
Yeah,
get
the
to
second
watch
coming.
Jesus Christ himself. No, himself on our TVs tonight.
This guy's
Oh,
Jesus Christ
back.
superstar.
Yeah.
That's the way he is.
Look out for him. If you remember the last Amazon Prime game, they...
What a game that was. What a game it was.
Where were you when for the Beckett
Can
Seneca
Spencer
game?
Stastny keep his hot streak against the Ducks going?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go now quickly. Oodle Noodle home team lineup brought to you by Oods of Nudes. And folks, there's a combined ad read here. Nation Vacation coming up the end of the month. You could still win your way. So you can no longer buy your way there, but you can buy it through Noodles. You can get your way there.
Oh.
Download the app to enter. There's also, if you go in store, you can fill out ballots. Get in there. I forget when the draw will be made. Obviously during March. And we'll post a video to Oodles socials, Oilersnation socials. And I've got a bunch of Nation Vacations where the Oodle Noodle winner is like sitting next to me on the plane. And I'm like, hey, what's that like, man? Like, you're here for free right now? And the guy goes, yeah, I got a beautiful box of Tokyo Glaze out of it as well. And that's winning. That's winning right there. So run, don't walk to Oodle Noodle.
It's Tokyo Glaze. How do you argue?
Shout out Tokyo Glaze.
good.
All right, pull it up for me, Bert. Once again, anyone joining late, projected lineup. You see that hazard symbol there for McDavid? Get it out of there because he's playing in this game.
My glasses here. Oh, yes.
Excelsior. Nuge, McDavid, Hyman. Second line, Matt Savoie with Leon and Jack John Roslovic. And then Vasily Podkolzin with Henrique and Freddie. The Breadman, Andrew Mangiapane with Curtis Lazar and Matthias Janmark. D pairings, Ekholm with Bouchard, Darnell Nurse with Jake Wollman, and one Spencer Stastny with one Ty Emberson. We talked about the Savoie and Roslovic addition to the second line. I'd like to see that. I like a Jack Roslovic shot prop in this hockey game. I'll tell you, I put it on Bordzy's bankroll earlier today. I was smart on that one because Bet365, the odds have plummeted ever since then. So go ahead in that right now. Let me ask you, throughout this lineup, thoughts on the fact that the top line of Connor McDavid, Nuge, Hyman still sticks together. I would never change that. I was just curious if maybe they might spread out some love with one Ryan Nugent-Hopkins after this. I don't even know where I'm just kind of talking out loud as I'm
I'll
reading
pose
this.
a question.
Yep.
Do we believe these lines? Like, how quickly
No, I
into the
don't.
game
No,
will
I
these
don't.
no longer be the lines?
I feel like the top line will obviously stay together. I just think if the Oilers go down a goal instantly, we know that everything is out the window once again. And I do, in theory, Vasily Podkolzin can play in the bottom six. We know that he is a guy that can go throughout your lineup. I just think Nobby does at times have an affinity for one Pods next to Leon Draisaitl. Let me know in the chat, what do you guys feel about these, especially that second line as well?
Is this a normal McDavid ice time tonight? Is there any sort of, because Knobloch did the whole deference thing, even in being asked, is McDavid going to play? Well, we talked with Connor, and we had a plan back in January about what we're going to do.
And you take into account first half of back-to-back with, I guess, some travel in there as well. I'm interested. I don't know. I always go back to the end of the day that I just think Connor McDavid calls Connor McDavid shots. And that if he wants to play 22 plus, 23 plus, he's going to, in fact, get that opportunity. Yes, Brett?
I'm just scrolling through. We play San Jose tomorrow. Oh, no, L.A.
LA tomorrow.
There's no travel. So, like...
Okay, all right.
like
My boy, my California resident over here,
I
Brett
got
Holden.
you, dude.
He knows.
Just take the... I forget what the freeway is. They're all the fucking same there.
You almost had it.
Just take it. I was going to say the I-5, but I don't think that's right.
You could have said anything, and I think we
I
all
know,
would've
but somebody could check it. But, you just take it all the way. By the way,
the
Disneyland...
Californians. You're doing the Californians SNL skit
Actually,
right now.
Stauffer told me that beforehand.
Stauffer had it first? Fuck.
He had it first.
By the way, Disneyland is actually in Garden Grove. It's not Anaheim.
Ooh.
Garden Grove, great township. Would love to live there.
How far from Bohemian Grove is that?
That's a little more south.
Oh, time to move along. Let's go.
3 weeks. I had to sit. And even when we did our show, we had no chat. We had to still.
That's gold. That's gold, Jerry. Gold. Let's go now. Starting goaltender report brought to you by Dog Patch. They've got an awesome DJ event going downstairs right now, Brett. Our boy Eli always puts on the production. You should follow Dog Patch on all the socials because, A, they post the most beautiful weekly pizzas and soups and brunches and all this crazy stuff. But you can also find out when they're going to have events down there, including maybe some pre-gaming, maybe some post-gaming, and maybe even some Oilersnation fam down there throughout the year.
Want to know how good that DJ is?
How good is
How
that?
good?
We're debating on having Dean. Aladdin Karoufi is his name. Be our DJ at our wedding.
Nice.
Let's go.
I haven't asked him yet. I was going to ask him tonight. But
He's
then I
down there.
realized, but I hear Eli right now, and I realize, oh, yeah, they're done. It's 8 o'clock.
There it is. Also, update on Brett's wedding. I still haven't gotten myself ordained yet, but he did send me all the stuff that I basically need to do to figure it out.
I did.
Shout out my boy.
Yes.
Shout out my boy.
Who controls the thermostat? It is 1,000 degrees.
So fucking hot right
It
now.
is so hot in this room right now.
If you're telling the sweat pouring on her brow here, it is because this room
There was
is
just a
very
nice
warm.
breeze that came here for a second.
Eli,
I'm
get
like,
back here.
Yeah.
Eli, what the fuck?
Dog Patch, shout him out. Starting goaltenders, Bert, throw it up for me. The tail of the tape. One Tristan Jarry. There you see his numbers overall on the season as a whole. That includes the Pittsburgh Penguins numbers, 307, 893 a save percentage against Lukas Dostal. 21-13-2 with a 292 goals against and 897 save percentage. However, I mentioned how the Ducks were red hot before the Olympic break, 8-2-0 in their last 10. Dostal's 8-1-0 in his last 9 hockey games, has a 1.96 goals against, a 930 save percentage. But as I mentioned, unfortunately for him, that did not carry over to the quarterfinals against one Team Canada. But Dostal, he's got good numbers. We've seen him put up solid performances against the Edmonton Oilers before. Oilers are going to need to bring their best here.
Ducks are 9-2 in their last 11 games. They finished on a strong note after losing to the Oilers and Canucks. They won their last 2. Those are both divisional. They actually are done with Vegas and swept the Golden Knights this year. Yeah. So, I mean, we know
That's legit.
They've been the streakiest team in the league this year.
They're very young.
Again, Beckett is playing. So be very scared. Be very afraid.
Hold on to your tickets tonight, people. Those are going to be valuable 15, 20 years
Watch
from now
out.
down the road.
So.
Question, is Beckett Seneca Canadian or American?
Canadian.
He's a Canadian.
All right, I'm back in. I'm back in on him now. I'm back in on him.
My buddies and I were doing this little exercise too before the gold medal game of like, hey, 2030, like all these names.
Team Alberta will have their team, right, Micheal Menzies?
No comment.
But they're gonna look good.
Sign the petition.
No comment. No.
We've made a couple of team. There's one on the.
There's literally
not
one on the-
anti-Separatism, but it is funny to look up Team Alberta.
I
whether
had
or not
no
they could
part
compete.
in it. I had no part in it.
I don't
I
believe
literally
that.
walked into the office. Everybody's wrapped around a table, going like, "We're trying to figure out Team Canada
The
or Team
lines.
Alberta." I'm like, "I've got a meeting.
I don't want to be in the room for anybody coming in for this one.
I'm good."
Let's go now to the away lineup. Brought to you Nation Vacation. Come on down to Oodle Noodle. Fill out your ballots. Order online. It also works. You saw there if you download the app as well. Pull it up for me, Bert. What we expect this evening for the Anaheim Ducks and their lineup. Top line of Alex Killorn and one Leo Carlson making his return to the lineup after undergoing a thigh procedure back on January 16th. There he is. Beckett Seneca. Woo! We're not worthy. Second line, Chris Kreider with Ryan Paling and Troy Terry. Then it's Jeffrey Vale with Mason McTavish and Cutter Gauthier. That's a deep 3 lines right there. If you can have McTavish and Cutter Gauthier, their leading goal scorer, their leading point getter down on their third line. And then your fourth, Ross Johnston with Tim Walsh, and one Jansen Harkins. D pairings, Jackson Lacombe, take that hazard symbol, get it out of there. He's ready to go. Back from the Winter Games, playing with one Radko Gudas. Took out our boy Sid, but it is what it is.
That wasn't a dirty hit.
I know, it wasn't at all. It was a hockey play. I reserve the right to hate Radko Gudas.
Yeah, no, you can hate all you like. Yeah.
Second pair, Olin Zellweger with one Jacob Keep Yo Head Up, a Trouba. And then your third pair, Pavel Minchikov with one Ian Moore. Cutter Gauthier, I mentioned he's had a good season here before the break. I mean, there's a couple guys. Obviously, they went 8-2-0, but Gauthier was more than a point per game over his last 10 games before the Ducks went on their break. He had some power play points, a couple game-winning goals in there as well, and that's a guy, I say it again, when you look at that on the third line, you see a Troy Terry with Chris Kreider on the second line. You've got two scorers in Carlson and Seneca on the first. This team is deep. They are young. Carlson, McDavid, Seneca, Lacombe, Terry, Zellweger. They got some talent throughout here, and Anaheim is a team that I have perpetually hated ever since Ryan Kessler pulled the pad of one Cam Talbot. They've kind of been on the back burner of hate and worry for me over the last couple seasons, but fully feels like they have arrived and are about to be a thorn in the side of Oilers fans.
They have the most goals from players 22 or younger in 30 years or something. They are trending to surpass to have the most from U22s. So it goes to show their youngsters are contributing, and they've got some vets. So it's a real mix right now. And Oilers are going to have to play well. The Ducks didn't have their best game on a back-to-back when they were in Edmonton. So be nice to see everyone's got a break. Let's see what they do down at the Honda Center, where the Ducks have been awfully good this year.
Yes, they have. Also seeing no Micheal Granlund in the lineup. I was curious if maybe it'd be a late arrival. Maybe he'd get in late. Nope, not seeing anything here.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to be going or not.
There's a line brawl in the Stars cracking.
That's what you just did.
that's
Brett
what
was
I
just
just
freaking out
reacted
behind
to.
the producer's
Sorry, the
desk
hockey fights and me came over and went, shit.
Who do we have names?
No, I'll take a look real quick.
Do we have names?
How many fights?
My
how many
laptop
scraps
just
we
died, so now it's just fully a shield for my gut. I didn't have it plugged in.
It's not doing too well.
No, I unplugged us
Oh,
from there as well.
now we're
Want to
all
compare
just
sizes. Let's go now. Bordzy's Bankroll brought to you by Bet365 19 plus. Please play responsibly because, say it with me, whatever the moment,
it's never ordinary
at Bet365. Download the app and use the promo code NATION. Now, Brett, throw it up for me, what I'm looking at this evening. Oh, you got a minute? Take a minute.
Yeah.
The odds have adjusted a little bit since I made this earlier on today, which, A, makes me feel much better about what I placed earlier today, but I feel bad for not sharing it with you. Maybe I should have told you during Oilers Nation every day. So my first option, I'm rolling with a Bouchard shot prop, baby. 3+ shots on goal. It is currently minus 160 at Bet365. Over his last 4 games before the break, he had 18 shots on goal. I believe one of them, he had 5 or 6. We know the Bouch bomb. He hasn't let it rip in 21 days. It's going to be a Bouch performance out there. The second option I have, and I saw the line adjusted, so the actual total. So I went with Tristan Jarry over 23.5 saves. That is now moved to over 24.5 saves. I banked this wishful, hopeful thinking. I want to believe in Tristan Jarry. I'm going to believe in Tristan Jarry. But the Anaheim Ducks, 3rd in the NHL in shots on goal per game at 30.1. Do the math, whatever that is. I like Jarry to make 24 saves in this hockey game. And then the final option, you got Jack Roslovic, 2+ shots on goal. It was minus 130. I think it's minus 150 or minus 160 right now. So run, get there quickly. And that one is just strictly, that's a vibes play for me. He's back on the second line with Leon Draisaitl and Matt Savoie. He had 8 shots in his last 3 games, but we've seen the difference of Roslovic, whether he's playing top 6 wing, never met a shot he didn't like, or whether, let's say, he's playing the 3C role, trying to be a playmaker, distributor, or just in general, maybe playing with lesser talent than one Leon Draisaitl. I was even considering taking Roslovic to 3+, maybe 4+, but I'm soft, I'm scared. I went with this, and together, It is plus 440 this evening on Bet365. Do so responsibly. Only bet what you can afford. Micheal Menzies, of those 3 bets, which one do you like the most?
Jarry saves.
Nice, good.
I think that's. I think we'll give up the normal amount,
The necessary
of shots.
amount of. Yeah.
What do you want to gamble?
Of course, I want to gamble. Also, if people didn't tune in
Responsibly
to Oilersnation After Dark, that we released one during the 21-day absence. Bordzy did pay Micheal Menzies some cold hard cash in all $5 bills.
Yeah, yeah, they were put to good use at the bar
Nice.
this weekend.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah,
There we
they
go.
were.
Absolutely.
They came in handy. So, what about a little 22-1 first goal action for Roslovic?
I don't hate that at all.
Plus 2,200.
I'm in. Let's squad red.
And then you could just throw a
Part of me wanted.
couple bucks on Boosh as well.
I was considering a Leon Draisaitl first goal.
Mm.
I just felt get back in that office. That's things will be kicking right for the Edmonton Oilers. But okay, you said Roslovic first goal. I'm in. I'm in, brother. Let's go. All right, and then a couple more minutes here as we remain. Chat, throw them in. Score predictions, anytime goal scorers. What are you folks thinking? And boys in the room, what are we thinking? Eli, you too as well. You tell me your score prediction as well. Menzies, you're my guest. You kick it off.
6-4 Oil. Defending, no. Goals, yes. 6-4, and the rest don't score. 6-4 Oilers.
With a Jack Roslovic anytime.
Yeah.
I like 6-4 too. I'll ride 6-4 as well. I think this is going to be a sloppy game. And we'll go with a Jake Wallman goal. Why not? Jake Wallman.
Jake the Snake. Brett's got a tattoo of him. You haven't been showing that much over the last couple of weeks there with Wally's performances.
That's because I've been wearing pants.
Don't lie to the folks, bud. You don't need to lie to them.
I don't wear pants when we're doing the show.
Wait till
Put on
after
with the
dark.
fellas.
Yeah, what the fuck do you think?
For me, I'm gonna go 5-3 for the Edmonton Oilers. I think we all have a consistent theme here. There's going to be goals. I will once again reference coming out of the Four Nations last year. The Oilers lost 6-3 to the Philadelphia Flyers. They then lost 7-3 to the Washington Capitals. I could see some goals going down. Eli, score prediction, anytime goal scorer. 5-2 Edmonton Oilers.
See, he's 22-1 as well.
Should we sprinkle on both?
Can
I
you
can't.
toss me a couple bucks? I don't have it in the account.
I gave you a bunch of 5s, but I can place it for both.
Yeah.
You can ride vicariously through me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's ride. All right,
Let's ride
folks.
together.
Can I also ride vicariously through you?
You're damn right you can.
Oh, this
Nice.
could be
Hop
an
aboard.
interesting...
Hop on, boys. Let's go. Folks, it feels good to be back. I love and appreciate you all, especially the boys in the room. Brett, great job producing.
Well done.
On a new software.
Seamless.
One that I know personally is not easy to learn. So I'm proud of my boy. You did a great job. We will be live for Oilersnation After Dark at a very late hour this evening. And if you've tuned in to ONADs past midnight, you know they tend to get off the rails from time to time.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit excited for that, but I'm also excited to hopefully see an Oilers W. We'll make the ONAD event shortly. And remember, folks, the voicemail line is going to be active this evening. Lance Kane, I've missed you. I'm excited to see what you've got cooked up over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the creativity.
In the chat at noon, he keeps saying Bordzy is screening my calls. This is the only way I can't screen Lance's calls. So let's get her going. Love you all. Throw down your courtesy like on the way out. Make sure you are subscribed to the ON YouTube channel. And we will talk in a couple hours like riding a bike, Micheal Menzies.
We're back.
See you in a bit. Back.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.